Now, here's a question for you. How do you prize your children away from their games consoles this Christmas? Our next guest may have the answer. He's one-third of the Top Gear team and has recently lived in a house made entirely of Lego, apparently. Good morning, Mr. James May. How are you doing?
Good morning. Very well.
You had that taken down, that Lego house, didn't you?
Yes, the Lego house came down quite quickly, which was depressing at first because a lot of people put a huge amount of effort into it. I mean, I was the client, as they'd say, in an architectural project. But all these volunteers, I mean, in total about 1,200 people, and a hardcore of real brickheads.
How many people?
Well, in total about 1,200.
Wow.
Because people came along and made blocks for it in a community building event. But then the hardcore stayed around for weeks and weeks making bits of furniture. And then, you know, after a few days it was all knocked down and it was very sad. But then I decided maybe it was a bit like Princess Diana and we could remember it at its most alluring. Otherwise it would have faded and crumbled.
That would have been wrong.
Yeah.
Was it a fully functioning house? Did it have a loo and everything?
Yes.
Did it really?
It worked.
Did it? Did you try it?
Yes, of course. It leaves a nasty pattern on your buttocks.
We have a little clip of the house, because we know you're very fond of it, so we'll have a look at it now.
Okay. Some traditions of home owning remain strong. The key is underneath the plant pot, apparently. There it is. Here we go. It fits. Oh, yes. Wow.
Oh, fantastic. And it's, what, 3 million pieces of Lego were
Well,
put together?
we started off with... We ordered 2.7 million bricks to start with. I mean, nobody had ever built a full-size Lego house, so we had a
why would
bit
you?
of it. Well, yes. Well, there are good reasons. I can come on to those. But 2.7 million bricks, that was a guesstimate based on a rough design. And as we progressed, we realised we needed more. We managed to buy some more, and eventually we were reduced to appealing to people who just brought along buckets full of bricks that they had, and they formed the last little bits of the roof. So there were 3.4 million in the end in the whole house.
Fantastic. And really reminiscent of all our childhood days. What other challenges have you been up to get kids off the sofa?
Giant scale electric track, the world's longest train set, the world's first plasticine garden, a real Meccano bridge, and a one-to-one scale Airfix Spitfire.
Oh, wow, that sounds fantastic. And the scale electric track, how did that go? Was that all right?
Yeah,
Did it work?
It did work, yes.
Did you get saboteurs? Did you get people putting coins on the track?
No, the sabotage was on the railway, which is the one that's on Christmas Day. There were some people who nicked stuff, which did affect it a bit. Well, I mean, the train got to a bit and there was no track.
Did you have real steam coming out of the spout and everything?
No.
No, well...
Sorry, it's all electric.
Do you remember that? Do you remember you put it in?
Yes, I've still got... You're thinking of the triangle.
Yes, I am.
We can talk about that later if you like.
At great length.
I'm doing the interview because we didn't want to make it a boys' chat. You know, our editor was like, we don't want this to become like a petrol head chat. But do you know what?
So the 1.6 opposed to the 1.4.
Anyway, what I was trying to say was I don't think I've ever met someone who has such a fun time with their jobs, because you have such a great time, don't you, doing all these weird and wonderful things. And of course you're on Top Gear as well.
Yes.
And then you've been touring with Oz Clark, tasting wine and beer as you do.
Yes.
Not a bad way of earning a living, is it?
It is quite, yes, sort of get mildly drunk and then fool around with some stuff that 12-year-olds play with. It is, yes, I suppose now you put it like that, it is quite good. But there is a very serious intellectual side to the whole... Well, no, there isn't. I was just saying that. No, but there is in a sense with the toys thing, which is now out on DVD. Sorry, I've got to say that, so that I plug it. There you go. It's out on the DVD. I mean, it's good fun, but it started off almost as a sort of science and technology programme. These are all ideas I had as a kid. Could you build a real house out of Lego? How long could a train set really be? And then, you know, in doing it and getting people involved, because they're all quite big projects, we discovered that there's this sort of latent love of playing with constructional toys.
Oh, yes.
And everybody, you know, nobody would admit it, but as soon as you say, right, who wants to build a Lego house, everybody goes, yes, me!
I love Lego, even though it's quite painful to stand on, isn't it? And it kind of, you know...
Yeah, 7 o'clock the following morning.
What are you doing for Christmas, quickly? Any nice plans?
Building another one.
Yes, I'm going to make a Lego turkey and then do some Meccano. No, I'm staying at home for the first time in 4 or 5 years. I'm just going to sort of have a very humble Christmas and think about Tiny Tim.
And are you an easy person to buy presents for? Because you pretty much have...
Yeah, I thought so.
Everything. Another motorbike, perhaps?
No, I'm not. Presents, I'd like a bottle of beer, a nice pork pie.
And no more grief from Jeremy Clarkson.
No, I don't have Jeremy around at Christmas.
Voucher for the hairdresser.
Yes. We could sort
I've
that
got a
out
big
for
pile
you.
of those I haven't used yet.
It's good to see you this morning. Good to see you.
Thank you,
Happy
thank
Christmas,
you.
mate. Happy Christmas.
Yeah,
Christmas
happy
to you.
Christmas. Lovely to see you.
Almost 8:15. High time we found out what Lorraine's got lined up later on.
Hello there, good morning to you. Join me later. We've got music from Michael Bublé. He's here. He's going to be performing his latest single. And from one kind of music, fantastic music, to another. We're talking Christmas songs. Can you guess which one you voted your all-time favourite? Well, we'll find out at 8:35.
Lorraine, thank you very much indeed. Would you stop talking to James?
We were just saying how it was a bit of a wake-up call when the alarm went off this morning, because you had late night last night.
Well, yeah, well, we finished filming Top Gear yesterday. That was the last day of the studio, and it was quite a long one. And then there was a bit of fooling around at the end, and I had to go out and see some friends quite late last night. And then when the alarm went this morning, it was only the thought of seeing you that actually got me here.
Yeah, that'll get you a long way, by the way. Flattering.
Good.
Here on GMTV a little bit later on, she dressed for Robbie Williams. She did. She dressed for...
And James now.
10 past